Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network. I greet everybody upon this evening. This here is regular conversation number 207. Regular conversation number 207, and we're here to talk about, I raised the question to the public, should the man pay 100% of the bills? Y'all know my disclaimer. I'm not a pastor, preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church, so please do not lay claims of those titles on me. We're not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement, or any type of privacy guidelines at all. We're here to talk about this topic only. That's all we're here for. We know we had a crazy day yesterday. Pretty funny live yesterday, but we're gonna slow it down today and have some intellectual conversation about this topic. Shout out to everybody who's going to join us live now, in the middle, and those who want to catch this live when it uploads to YouTube. Appreciate y'all for coming on here in general. Shout out to all the new subscribers out there joining this channel. It's been a blessing. So I raised the question to the public. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty interesting conversation in general. Should the man pay 100% of the bills? What's up to Christopher Span? Shout out to you. You says, can you live stream this? Oh yeah, we here, man. We here. I decided to put on a stream y'all earlier, and whatnot. What's up to Solid Ground? Hope all is well. You says greetings. You says men and women under TOG knows a real man who has learned, mastered, and valued the skill of taking care of himself. It is a privilege to find and add a godly wife to his daily. And you put ... Let me see if you wrote anything else. Okay, I like that. You said who knows a real man who has learned and mastered and valued the skill of taking care of himself. Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. You know what I mean? Anybody out there, as a man, I believe you should live on your own for some time to understand the responsibilities and things like that go with living on your own, whether it's, getting a house, whether it's, renting out, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Because now you're covering 100% of those responsibilities in that house, whether it's the light bill, the gas bill, whether it's the cable, the internet, all that, food. If you got kids, you got to take care of kids, all that stuff, car note, dental insurance, medical insurance, life insurance, all of that. And you have no complaints about it at the end of the day. But versus somebody who just lazy and don't want to do anything. All right? Appreciate that. What's up to Henry Ross? He says, man should be paying the bills, for it's a commandment that a man should sweat from his brow. Well, would you say that's like lined up with as though he should be paying 100% of the bills? Let me know. What's up to Paul and Peg? He says, absolutely, scripture says a man must take care of his wife and his kids. That's why God gave them to you to take care of. It's a privilege. He says marriage don't happen to everyone. So for those that it does, hold on tight and be grateful. It don't last forever. Maybe 30, 50 years go by like a week. All right, Mr. Prodigal Son. He says, nope, 50-50. He says teamwork. We ain't living in 1956 anymore. So he disagreed that a man should pay 100% of the bills. Now, what if a man wanted to? What if he just wanted to because he had the financial needs and things like that? Let me know. What's up to Levy? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to Thema? Shout out to you. AG says the couple works out who pays what bills. Interesting. What's up to Bruce Jones? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to David B? Shout out to you. AG says many career women these days and want to contribute to bills. You says many career women these days and want to contribute to bills. I mean, you're right. There are some women out there that don't mind helping out with the bills with no problem, with no complaints. At the end of the day, which is fun. I mean, I'd say at the end of the day, you know what I mean. All right. Levy, you says wife and kids exclamation point. What's up to Robin Harris? Shout out to you. Prodigal Son says if he wanted to, then it's on him. Okay, not a problem. Flemings, what up? What up? What up? Shout out to you. You says over in the book of Bruce Soldier wrote, it is written, her money is her money and my money is her money. You know that right there, that for a lot of men out here, I don't care if you're in the TOG, that's a hard thing to come up to. That's hard right there. You know what I mean? But then again, if you got a financially intelligent woman, godly woman, and things like that, you shouldn't have no problem at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So I can understand it now as I'm getting more and more progress in the TOG. I'm kind of starting to understand it a little bit better. You know what I mean? But when I was like first introduced to the TOG and I heard that, I said, I don't know. Started scratching my head on that one. You know what I mean? But I'm coming around the mountain just a little bit more. All right. AG says, but should the man pay? He says, no. Each situation is rather unique. Understandable. Henry Ross says, if the woman wants to help out to pay bills, then that's fine. But he says, it is for the man to provide for his family. For sure. I definitely agree with that. Anisha says, you says, greetings, everyone. And yes, that's the job. That's their job. And if he needs help, a good woman is going to step up. Absolutely. Absolutely. But some do not. Yeah, I mean, the expectations is the man take care of everything. It don't matter if he lost his job, it don't matter. You know what I mean? You got simple-minded women out there just like that. Or you got simple-minded women out there that's just looking for a man, right? Just to take care of them. Just to pay all their bills. You know what I mean? And all the extra stuff that they want. Their hair done, their nails done, pedicure, manicure, all that foolishness. Right? Prodigal Son says, modern woman wanna be boss. You said, so hey. You about to start something, man. Nicole Martin says, I believe man should work from the sweat of their brow and pay bills. But if the man gets bedbound and falls sick until death, then the woman should step in and pay bills and work. For sure. I definitely agree with that. Most definitely. All right. Fleming says, appreciate that. David B says, I don't think it should be a problem for a married couple to provide for the household. Same here. In a lot of cases, you got married couples who come to an agreement. Okay, I got the rent. I got the mortgage. Okay, you can have this. You can have that. XYZ. It happens like that. You know what I mean? But some people still, they prefer, and some men prefer to pay all the bills 100%. All of them. You know what I mean? All right. Levy says they looking for a sponsor and a husband. What's up to Brandon Briggs? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Prodigal Son says hood boogers want to have the finest things in life. You says fake hair, nails, godly woman, teamwork. Hood boogers. All right. Appreciate that. You know what I mean? This is a very good topic in general. So definitely appreciate y'all. Thema says the wife might make more money than the husband. Making sure the bills are paid, having godly understanding that we have the commitment to make life better for each other, not harder. I agree with that. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all mentioned teamwork. And definitely teamwork makes the dream work for sure. Levy says, I don't know if it's an old video, but I saw Gabrielle Union say if a woman pays all the bills, she's allowed to cheat. Well, Gabrielle Union is a dummy for saying something like that. She's a pure dummy. It was once upon a time I used to have a thing for Gabrielle Union. You know what I mean? I used to have a thing for her back in the day. You understand? But now she just talking like a dummy, if that's the case. You know what I mean? Like somebody said, in a lot of cases, you know, the woman could be an owner of a major corporation, right? She could live in a mansion and everything. Now she may find interest in this guy who work at Amazon, who's making $14 an hour. You know what I mean? And she may decide, listen, I want to pay all the bills. And that isn't a card, a hall pass to go out there and cheat. No, not at all. All right. Bruce Jones says the book of Proverbs tell us men to get a job before you build and have a family. Henry Ross says it's called a gentleman to pick up the tabs. Uh-oh. Pick up the tabs, huh? Uh-oh. Going to dinner. You paying for that dinner all the time. Listen, sometimes a woman said, listen, honey, I got it. I'll pay for this. You know, you keep your money, I'll pick up the tab. You know, sometimes that can happen. Sometimes. All right. Frozen Mountain says, he says, my opinion on this is you better off single, make your own funds and paying your own bills. Having a wife and children are expensive. I mean, that's your opinion. Not an opinion, but that's your preference. Excuse me. You know, people with kids may say different. You know what I mean? People with kids may say different. Listen, I got 5. And I have no complaints at all. You understand? But somebody who got no kids may say, man, kids are so expensive. They may say that. You know what I mean? But the Lord makes provisions. You know what I mean? The Lord definitely can make provisions if you get down and if you pray and you trust in the Lord. Seriously, especially with 5 kids. Oh my goodness. You know, but I have no complaints. You understand? I had to learn things as a man. You know what I mean? Having 100% responsibility for my own, with kids, with no complaints. You understand? Sometimes, you know, you could be in situations as a man, but you, of course, the foundation is prayer. You know what I mean? For the help of the Lord to help you out with situations. Because some people complain about having 1 kid, as far as like a child being expensive at the end of the day. All right. What's up to Jonah? Shout out to you. Prodigal Son says Gabrielle Union is an idiot. Well, I'm not gonna say that about, you know, a child. I don't know how old he is, because if he's underage, I'm not gonna, you know, disrespect the child. That's now his lifestyle, of course. But as far as like calling the child names, you know what I mean? I don't know how old he is. Now, if he's 18 or older, okay. You know what I mean? But talking about like a child under 18, you know what I mean? I just cannot do. But the lifestyle that he's living, if we're talking about that Skittle Flower Town type of thing, you know what I mean? Wow. And then Dwayne Wade like wear a dress or something like to show that his son that he approved of it. I don't want to get off course, but we're dealing with 2 idiots as parents. You know what I mean? Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. You know, I don't know if that's from his other, you know, mother of his kids, or if that's from Gabrielle Union. I really don't follow them too much. Let me know. All right. Tanya Renee, what up? Shout out to you. You said Gabrielle Union is a demon. She has turned D Wade's house upside down. Wow. Robin Harris said there's absolutely nothing wrong with the wife contributing to household expenses. I agree with that. Let me see if I can find a video of Gino talking about 1 Timothy 5:8. I know I had that somewhere. There you go, right there. We're going to put it up in a bit. What's up, the sunshine? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. You says passerbys, does all men love paying the bills? Would his house and all bills be in his name? Well, listen, as a man, handling responsibilities on my own, I like paying bills. I like it. I don't love it. I don't love it. But as far as like providing for a family, whenever that day comes, as far as like togetherness, yes, I would love it. You know what I mean? I would definitely love it, because as a man, as a lead, you're supposed to lead your family in the proper direction. As far as like, especially dealing with finances and handling responsibilities at the end of the day. You know what I mean? All right. Nicole Martin said, these days women are gold diggers. He says, very slick, full of games, and very desperate. So be careful with those kinds as well, for sure. Frozen Mountain says, I feel that, sir. I'm only 23 and children or a wife is not on my mind right now. Okay, that's not a problem. You know what I mean? It's all good. What's up to HVAC? Shout out to you. Henry Ross says, Gabriel Union had a so-called simp of a husband. Well, I ain't really going to get into that too much. YouTube, if it quick to send a quick flag, but start mentioning that last part you put out. You got to say transformer. You know what I mean? All right. Bruce Jones says, I was just looking in my wife's purse the other day. She says, what are you looking for? I said, my wallet. This guy, he said, my wallet. HVAC said, that's true. God makes provisions for you when he gives you kids. Wonderful. So I'm going to turn into this video right here. 1 Timothy 5:8. Just kind of dealing with like providing for your family and whatnot, and somebody mentioned that, a known saying that Gino mentioned, his money is his wife's money, and his wife's money is her money. And I think it might be in this video right here. I think, I'm not too sure, but we're going to play a little here, little there. All right, let's check it out. Let's see where we at.
Yes. Men.
It's good teaching.
God-fearing, respectable, intelligent, humble, real, disciplined, honorary men.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
That's what a real woman wants.
Should be.
But believe it or not, in today's society, you asking for too much.
Amen.
And that's pitiful.
Amen.
That's pitiful. In today's society, you asking for too much.
Amen. Amen.
Our children that are in the teens, what's out here for them to marry?
Not much.
Yeah.
What is out here for them to marry?
Come on, preacher. Preacher. Boy, you working on it, preacher.
You got children in your teens and in your 20s.
Preacher.
It's fearful.
Yeah.
What is out here for them to marry? Somebody who ain't gonna smack them around.
Come on, preacher.
That's right.
That's the truth.
Who ain't gonna use them
That's the truth.
Go ahead.
and abuse them.
That's the truth.
Amen.
Take advantage of them.
That's the truth. Very few. Yeah. Few.
Anybody here who don't believe this preaching,
I believe.
you don't need to be here.
Amen. Go ahead, preacher.
That's a problem.
Preacher. Preacher.
Amen.
Wonderful. All right. Prodigal Son says, times are tough these days. Teamwork makes the dream work. Like the 92 Dream Team. Appreciate that. What up to Gino P? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. All right. Let's see where we at. What's up to Shelly Moss? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. We said Uncle Gino. All right. Jonas says, I've given my whole heart to an ungrateful woman. Not again. Got me messed up. Wow. Wow, that's deep right there, man. That's deep for sure. All right. So the topic at hand is once again, should a man pay 100% of the bills? At the end of the day. I'd say if a man, if he got the financial means for it, and he wants to pay 100% of the bills, I don't see a problem with that. If he wants to, if he have the necessary means for it. But if the woman wants to contribute, I don't see anything wrong with that either. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? But then again, you got users out here, right? We mentioned earlier, men and women like to use each other, whether it's for financial reasons, whether it's for sexual pleasures or anything like that. You know what I mean? To get what they want out of a person. So a woman might be out here looking for a man to, mostly young women look for sugar daddies. That's what they look for. They look for sugar daddies, and men out here look for Krugers. You know what I mean? Man could be 25, trying to court and date a 70-year-old woman. Why? Let's just keep it real. She has a high chance of clocking out. You know what I mean? Got a good life insurance, got a good savings and all that. Got all that good stuff when she about to check out and vice versa. That's what a lot of people go for because they know, right? There's a chance that this person is close to checking out. And if they could get close to this person to marry them, they know they could be closer to getting that money. You understand? All right. Henry Ross says, you have bums with and without money out here. Nikki T, what up? Shout out to you. There's a funny comment right here. You said, I want a real man that don't be in the mirror longer than me. Wow. That's hilarious. What's up to Joe? Shout out to you. What's up to Tyree? Shout out to you. Jonas says, they just want to pay for the new gaming console. You said, change my mind. Nikki T says, I'll pay for something. Prodigal son, exactly. If he wants to, but you got to be careful with these money grubbers. Absolutely. Jonas says, I know the woman will get a kick out of that one. For sure. Coleman says, high chance of clocking out. You're right. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And some people out there, they love to be, and I want to use this word, they love to be pimped. They love to be pimped. You understand? If you got somebody who's insecure, and it's a sad thing that, people out here using people just to get money out of a person. You know what I mean? To pay their bills, to pay this, to pay that, to put money in their pocket, and whatnot. Like somebody mentioned, a godly woman. You know what I mean? Which is, could be very, very hard to find a godly woman out here in these days, for sure. All right, David B. You said the Lord calls a woman a helpmate, excuse me. You says, but she shouldn't be used by her husband as a way to lay back and not work. All right. Henry Ross says, this is a sick generation. Prodigal son says, you paying all the bills, working hard, and she's out here having a good time living the heathen life. And you got some people out here who will live good off your expenses. You know, you as a man who's working really hard day in and day out, and she dipping in your account or dipping in your joint account and having a good old time every night, every day, shopping, spending your money, all crazy, buying all the expensive jewelry, clothes, all of that. You got some people out here like that, man. You know what I mean? So you're right about that at Prodigal Son. All right. Nicole Martin says, God bless. It's definitely hard to find a godly woman that don't want to expose all her breasts out on social media, wearing a weave, and don't want to cover up. Absolutely. You know what I mean? It's a lot of individuals out here per se. You know what I mean? And men, women out here, going contrary to the word at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And that's why the platforms like this should be the example for those out there. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of demonic platforms. You understand? That's polluting a lot of people's brains and ain't really giving them type of encouragement to come to the truth. You understand? To clean themselves up. I remember I had the braids, I had the earrings, I had the chain. You understand? I had the expensive, not expensive. I had the high price, not expensive, but high price clothes. You understand? It took a long time for all that stuff to go away, man. It took a long time, and I could look back and say, listen, I thank God for changing me. It was a process. It definitely was a process. Getting rid of all that stuff and whatnot, especially the way I talked at the end of the day. You understand? So it can definitely be a process in general. All right. It says the way a woman dress shows you what really is in her. I think there's a video title out there put out. It's called Beautiful Woman by Are All Women Beautiful or something like that. And Gino, I think he goes a little bit in depth with that. You know what I mean? Because we got to understand there's a lot of babes out there. Some want to get right, some struggling, 1 foot in, 1 foot out at the end of the day, and whatnot. Just like with us fellas. You know what I mean? I ain't never sagged my pants before, but you see a lot of these heathens out here and whatnot. You understand? Who sag their pants and things of that nature. You know what I mean? And come to Christ and get rid of all that stuff in due time, man. For sure. It's good to look back at those times and see where we came from. Henry Ross says, what do you say about them housewives that's on TV? They doing it for show. They doing it for show, man. You understand that? I don't watch that garbage. I mean, I hear about it, but I don't watch that at the end of the day. You know what I mean? That is pollution TV right there. Love and hip hop is pollution. All that stuff is pollution. Prodigal Son says, spending your money with other dudes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's crazy, man. And listen, you right. Some people are grimy and scandalous like that. They'll go out on your expense with another man. You right about that. I give you that one. You know what I mean? I definitely give you that one. He said, TH, you had braids? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. I had braids. You understand? If I go back in the trunk, right, and get one of these photos and put it up, you be like, wow, this man had braids. He got a watch, he got earrings, he got a chain. Yeah, man. Yeah, it wasn't always like this, man. My language was filthy and everything. You know what I mean? So it took a whole lot of time for me to get over that hump and get rid of all that nonsense and whatnot. You know what I mean? So I know where I came from. So if a person is like first starting coming to Christ and things like that, then I could understand because I was once there at the end of the day. And it took a long time and it took a while. And I'm glad to have this platform to encourage people out there. Now, people who've been in Christ for 20, 30 years and 10 years and stuff like that, now that's an issue right there. You understand? The first thing that left me was profanity. That was the first thing instantly. Profanity left my language, man. You know what I mean? Completely. All right. I like this one right here. This is good right here. He said, a woman can still dress modest, but be a devil on the inside. Oh, man, ain't that the truth? That is the truth right there. I like that one. This, I like. I like this one right here. You said you can't imagine me with, come on, man. I had braids since I was I had long hair when I was a baby. You know what I mean? So I had braids for a long time. You understand? My hair been low for only about 12 years, and I'm 40, man. You understand? Man said he can't imagine me. All right. Prodigal son says, how a woman looks and treats you shows how she's been raised and brought up, bro. I don't know. You understand? I don't know, because somebody could grow up in like a home of good morals, good values. They could grow up in the church and everything, and then later on down in life, they could come off to be a demon. You understand that? They could come off to be a true demon. All right. Jonas says, I used to sag back in the day, but I wore long tees. Jonas sagging? I'm like Henry Ross now. I can't imagine you sagging, Jonah. I can't imagine that. You know? Can we all imagine Jonah sagging? We can't imagine. He said, I had studs in both ears, wore a chain too as a teen. I can't imagine that. You understand? No, it's all good though. We all came a long way. All right. Prodigal son says, spending my money on other dudes, she's out the door. Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. Delroy Clark says, you become one when you are married. So whatever you have between you both is for each of you. That is how it should be. Let me reread that. You said you become one when you are married. So whatever you have between you both is for each of you. That is how it should be. Okay, not a problem. What's up to Rashida? Shout out to you. Shelly Moss says, when I was married, I didn't touch our money, but when he found out the divorce was coming, he emptied the bank accounts and left me with nothing. Thank God he saw me through and blessed me. Understandable. What's up to Juanita? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Prodigal son says, speaking from my experiences. Understandable. All right. He said he was a hoodlum. Oh, man, y'all hilarious. He said he was about that life. What's up to M. Maxwell? Shout out to you. Prodigal son says, no, you become one when you are intimate sexually with each other. That's when feelings develop. Well, I guess the person is talking about in reference to the scriptures in the book of Genesis. You know what I mean? In reference to like becoming one flesh, as far as like commitment. When you get married, right? To my understanding, when you get married, man and female, and you know what I mean, you make those promises and vows, or whatever the case may be, unto the Lord. Are you telling me you don't become one as far as like being committed? We talking about like commitment. You know what I mean? Let me know. All right, appreciate that. And Maxwell, shout out to you. Hope all is well. Hey, prodigal son, come on, man. Come on, prodigal son. You said you still sad. Come on, man. What you like 50? Come on, man. How you almost 50 years old and you still sad? Huh? How that sound? A 50-year-old man, right? Who's about to get like his SSI checks, still sagging. Let me know that. All right. Twin said. When you look at this. You ain't 30. He said he's 35. You said when you look at some of the pictures of the women that post in the chat, you can see weave, cleavage, makeup. I saw a guy last night with braids. That's what Henry would call heathens or Christian. Well, there was a I always use that. You know what I mean? And Gino Jennings talks about this. There was a guy when Gino Jennings went to the Bronx last year. I think it was last year. It was in the Bronx. I think it was at Lehman College. It might have been in the audience. I think this is when Puff Daddy's son. Was that the one where Puff Daddy's son came there? I think so. I'm not too sure. And in the pulpit, right, where all the guys sit, there was a young kid with braids. And in the chat room, people was going off about that. The young man had braids. Now, how do people don't know that he could have been new? Because Gino allows people to come on sit on the stage like if somebody needs somewhere to sit, he could allow them to come up there. And people were just going off about this young man's braids. And I don't even know if he was new. Sad, man. That was sad right there. Now that was real sad when people did that. You understand? So if the man of God allowed his young brother to sit in the pulpit, then obviously, you know what I mean, he doesn't know yet, really. He doesn't really have no strong knowledge at the end of the day. So how could those type of people put such words and things like that on a person? Once they get knowledge and get an understanding, it takes the Lord to clean those people up. You understand? So Gino also teaches about being over righteous and overzealous and things like that, because we got to remember, at one point we was there. You know what I mean? We was there at one point. You know what I mean? So if we're gonna talk about these people and they happen to watch it, they can get discouraged. This is all what Gino preaches. You know what I mean? Just like he spoke about, if a woman comes in half naked or whatever the case may be, don't bother her. Don't say nothing. You know what I mean? He says, let the word of God clean her up. Let the word of God clean this woman up right here. You know what I mean? Don't look at her. Don't say anything of that sort. Let the word of God clean this person up, because you don't know. This person just be walking in. That used to happen to me all back in the day. You know what I mean? I went into a church with my hat on and didn't care. You understand? But when I came across the truth of God, I got some more understanding of it. And more so, that's when things really start to, like, you know, come off me. You know what I mean? Piece by piece, piece by piece. Because if somebody was calling me a heathen right from the beginning because I had braids and a chain, I'm like, man, what's wrong with these crazy people? I don't want to be involved with these people at all. You know what I mean? So over time, you know what I mean? Prayer, reading the word, and really trying to get right with the Lord, because that's who cleans the person up, the Lord. We don't want to discourage people, as Gino preaches. You know what I mean? As the truth of God preaches. You know what I mean? All ministers like Taj and Elder King and Stephen Williams and Dan Thompson, they preach this stuff. You know what I mean? So there's no reason why certain individuals should be acting like that, right? Especially if you see a young man with braids and folks just going off about this young man right in the chat room. Right in the chat room. Now, some people, granted, that they're not even a part of the truth of God. You got to remember, this is a public platform. Some people are not a part of the truth of God at all. You understand? So they don't know certain things at the end of the day. Just like with the long hair and all this other stuff, jewelry and all this other foolishness that we may know about. You know what I mean? It's up to us to give a little, right? Encouragement, here a little, and there a little. You know what I mean? Let the word of God clean these people up at the end of the day. You understand? So I don't want to go to a sense of talking about stuff like that, right? Where we should be stand on this topic more so. You know what I mean? Because we at one point we was at a point one time. We was there at one point. You know what I mean? Some people smoke weed. You know what I mean? Some people had sex every day with different people. You know what I mean? Kissing on different people every day. You know? Y'all about to get me started, man. I was doing fine. Oh, man. Y'all about to get me started. Y'all about to get me started in here. All right? Okay. Back to the topic at hand. I'm going to get back to the topic. Shout out to Twin, man. Jesus Paul says, according to the word of God, he says, according to the word, God ordered the man to work, but in these days it's hard for a man to pay the bills. Working at a minimum wage job, even though McDonald's can afford an apartment back then. Well, here's the thing. If a man feels though like a certain job that he's struggling in, Now, it would be wise to get something better. You know what I mean, if somebody's working at a job that's making like minimum wage, what is minimum wage? And I think North Carolina is like $7.25. You know, you're gonna have to go for better. Simple as that. You're gonna have to go for better, and you're just gonna have to grind it out. You know what I mean? It's just like that. Not that a person may love money, but it's just basic common sense. You know, because 725, I don't think anybody could survive off of that. Nobody. I don't think so. You know what I mean? The lowest I seen for like a studio place out here, which is nice, nice quality places, is $950 for a studio. You know what I mean? Now you do the calculations. The person got to get to work. A person got to eat. A person got to put clothes on their back. You got to do all this stuff. So I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? But there's better out here. You know what I mean? This is why you have to pray, so the Lord can make provisions for you at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Or if you're working at a McDonald's, listen, you could probably build yourself up to different positions in the company at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Put a little away, get into some stocks with them, especially if you're being with the company. It's different provisions that can get you at a certain point where as though you don't have to be struggling at all. You know what I mean? So I get it. Listen, I've been there before. You know what I mean? I definitely been there before. You know what I mean? And I remember those times. I definitely remember those times. It wasn't so pleasant at all. It wasn't pleasant times. You know what I mean? It wasn't pleasant times in those moments as far as like struggling, financially because, the pay was just not good at all. But I still had to work. I still had to appreciate that little bit of amount of money that I was getting at the time. All right. Where we at? Scaring people off before they can get the word in them. And yeah, you know what? That happens. I see that happens often. You know what I mean? Different people come on here. I get emails, I get inboxes and stuff like that. I do. You know what I mean? I just don't share it with y'all at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I would expect certain individuals to give off more encouragement because you never know who's listening. You know what I mean? Remember, it's only about a third of the people in the chat that's commenting. The rest is in the background tuning in, and random people could pop in and pop out. You know what I mean? This is a public platform to the world in general. Different people could pop in and pop out. You know what I mean? So if they see something that's, oh, wow, man, I don't want to hear that nonsense because I was like that before. You know what I mean? I knew how hard-headed I was back then. You know? All right. Known and unknown says men pay bills. That's it. Men are required to work. He's laughing. Compassion grows. I like that name. Compassion grows. That's a good YouTube name right there. All right. Okay. You says because everything that doesn't look holiness, you are okay. Let me reread that. Excuse me. You says I agree. I made that point because everything that doesn't look like holiness, you are a heathen or a Christian. Just making a point. Oh, okay. Got you. What's up to Jen? Oh man. What's up to Mercy Carr? Shout out to you. Prodigal Son said minimum wage is $20. You know what? Probably because it's high over there. $20 over here for some people isn't too bad. For some people, it isn't too bad. But I'm pretty sure, like you mentioned a lot of times over there in California, it's very, very expensive. Very. So, G Squad, listen, a man could work and he could be getting minimum wage, especially if he came out of like prison and he got a serious charge, and he can't find like certain jobs. A lot of companies won't hire him or anything like that. But like I said, prayer. You know what I mean? Prayer. And trusting in the Lord. All right. Where we at? What's up, Lady Glitter? Shout out to you. Twin says minimum wage in what is that? Illinois is 15, and people are still struggling. Like I said, I've been there before, man. You know, man. You know what I mean, man. Like I said, I thank the Lord for, you know, making provisions and things like that. You know what I mean? So I'm just speaking from experience. You know, if you're getting like a super low pay, right? And you're thinking like, wow, man, I want to go for better. Now, if you're praying for better, you got to go out there and get it as a man. You have to. You know what I mean? You have to go out there and get it as a man. We ain't talking about illegally. You know what I mean? Right now, getting your CDL is hot right now. It's hot. You can make some good money. You know what I mean? Getting your CDL as a man and or working construction or getting a trade. Hey, you got to find something that's going to help provide or more provide for you and your family. You know what I mean? No need for a man to complain. Oh, I work at this place. I'm only getting $7.25 an hour, minimum wage. You know, imagine that, a man, right? He's getting paid $7.25 and he's married. Married. You know what I mean? Somebody mentioned earlier, I believe. Listen, the man got to be on his own for a little while to understand those responsibilities, how to handle it. And I know $7.25 will never ever do it on my end. You know what I mean? Listen, I'll be having a GoFundMe right now. I'll be advertising my Cash App every day if that was the case. You know what I mean? But thank the Lord once again. For sure. All right. G Swole says, I went to a church that got on me for having cornrows and wanted me to wear a suit, not knowing the truth about having long hair, to end up leaving. And I realized that wasn't really a real church. Wow. Yeah, you could be new, man, and you know, you walk into church, and I remember the times I had braids, man. You know what I mean? Going into certain churches. Listen, I've been there before, man. I really have. Yoki says, when you're in the building stages of life, anything will help. But we should have drive to better. I guess you meant strive to do better. You says, who's ever in that building stage, keep doing that. Keep going. Don't faint. Known unknown says, I don't accept no excuses. Figure it out. Work 4 jobs. If my mom can raise 3 boys working 3 jobs while going to school by herself and became a RN to now being a homeowner at 64, what's your excuse? I agree with that. I agree. Like I said, you got to go out there and get it. You got to. You know, I think Gino Jennings spoke about how his father used to work 2 or 3 jobs. You know what I mean? He got out there and get it. No complaints. If you ain't getting no sleep, so what? You know what I mean? You got to work 20 hours a day. Hey, you got to do it. You got to do it. No complaints. You know what I mean? You got to do doubles, triples to take care of you, your wife, and the family. You got to do it. You got to. You know what I mean? I have my days, man. You understand? I got to work 10, 12 hours, go do some lift, and come on here. It's no excuses. No excuses at all. You know what I mean? And I'll be tired, sleepy. You know what I mean? A lot of times I come on here, I'm sleepy. You know, but blessedly I get my naps. I can get a nap in the truck in the morning, you know, but you got to go out there and get it. You got to go out there and get it for sure. G4 says, what happened to those days when jobs like being a bus driver can pay your bills and raise a family? Ain't no more days like that. You know what I mean? Ain't no more days like that. You know what I'm saying? All right. Ernest Beard. What up? What up? What up? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What up? What up? What up to Paris? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to Yoki? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Gino P says $7.25 an hour in 2024 is wild crazy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. But I remember getting paid like, I think it was like $8.50 an hour, man. And this was like a while ago. So I had to deal with that, man, even with kids back in New Jersey, man. And but I appreciate it, you know, even the smallest things, man. You know, you got to appreciate the small things. You definitely do. You can't complain about it. You know what I mean? So I remember those times, man. Definitely do. And you know how expensive those areas are in general. What's up to Mr. Ham? Shout out to you. Hope all is well with you at Mr. Ham. All right. Where we at? Jose says, I believe the absolute needs is the man's job, but the wants perhaps he says, but the wants perhaps not blessings. Tony in the chat. For sure. Appreciate that. All right. Where we at? Man. Trying to see what comments I'm on right quick. Where we at? Appreciate that. You says, I'm thinking about growing my hair back, try them cornrows. Man, listen, you're about 50 years old and you talking about some cornrows. First you say you sag. Listen, you used profanity last week. You're talking about cornrows. You understand? And you talk about you sag. You supposed to be the example, man. I don't know about you, man. You supposed to be the example. This man about to be 50 years old, talk about wearing cornrows. And you talk about you sag? Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Man, you close to 50, man. Listen, picture that. A 45-year-old man wants to wear cornrows and wants to sag his pants. What's wrong with you? Huh? That don't make no sense at all, man. He going through it all right. I don't know what he going through. 45 years old and want to wear cornrows. Imagine that. Let me come on here with some Allen Iversons. You understand? Let me come on here and sag my pants like money bag yo. Let me come on here with that. Let me see what the people think. You know? Nah, I'm not 41, man. I'm not 41. I'm 40. Oh man. He said, prodigal son, I know it's tough. How you gonna say don't judge you? But you on here, you made a comment towards a woman on here, though. You made a comment towards a woman. A grown man made a comment towards a woman. How does that sound? Right? You are a moderator, right? And you make a comment towards a woman and you said don't judge you. How does that go together? I don't get it. You know what I mean? And then you say you say you wanted cornrows. Wow. You know what I mean? Okay, let's get back to the topic at hand. Certain situations you gotta know how to handle it, like in a professional sense when you see certain things on YouTube in general. You know what I mean? So prodigal son, how is that going with the topic at hand as far as like should men pay bills 100% at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Let me know. All right, let me know. He said, don't start, homie. Uh-oh. 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 Y'all ever seen the show with Martin? Uh-oh. Listen, It's nothing personal in general. This is YouTube at the end of the day. You know what I mean? We're all here to have a civilized conversation. If one can't handle certain comments, listen, that's on that person. You know what I mean? We're trying to have a civilized conversation. You made a comment towards a female. You know what I mean? Towards a female, and then when somebody make a comment towards you, it's almost like it rubs you the wrong way. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Let's relax and let's have this conversation at the end of the day. You know what I mean? All right? Let's see where we at. I want to play this video right quick. Let me play it more.
That's a problem.
We got young men.
Yeah.
Ryan, come here, son.
Yes.
How old are you, son? 10. Come here. In 10 years, he's going to be 20.
Yeah.
15 years, he's going to be 25. 20 years, he's going to be 30. Well, this teaching got to start molding his mind now.
That's right.
That way he know what to expect when a woman, a girl try to be forward with him. He know how to say, oh, no, wait a minute, sister, you know, you being very disrespectful.
Yeah.
Besides showing his teeth and going along with it.
That's right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? This teaching protects him. This teaching protects your sons.
Amen.
It protects your daughters.
Amen.
Now, who will be upset with me but a bum?
That's right.
Nothing but a buck.
Go ahead, brother.
I'm protecting your children. I'm protecting your sons. I'm protecting your daughters. Because your sons and your daughters, they are my children.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Wonderful right there. Wonderful. So if y'all want to check out this video, it's called Pastor Gino Jennings, Father and Children. In parentheses is 1 Timothy 5:8. It's basically, that's a scripture about, you know, a man should provide, you know, for his household. If not, then he's worse than an infidel. Infidel is an unbeliever. So if y'all want to go check out that video, it's a very good video about fathers, you know, providing for their children in general. You know what I mean? And along with paying bills, you know what I mean, you still got to provide quality time for the children and quality time for the family in general. And I think that'll be another good topic at here in some other day for sure. Let's get to the comments in general. All right. Lisa Love, you says, once you start having children, the woman should stay home with the children and the man need to keep the woman mind right so they can turn out great kids. I think that's what Gino did. Gino Jennings did. He didn't want nobody to watch his kids, so he wanted his wife to stay home with the kids, which is fine. That's cool. You understand? Like I said, if a man got the financial needs and stuff like that, financial means, not needs, but the financial means to do all that and stuff like that, then cool. You know what I mean? That's fine. That's actually a great thing right there. All right. Isaiah says many old dudes wearing earrings. All right. You says still taking me a long to deprogram my mind for all the garbage I was taught. Oh, taught you meant. Donald Cooper says my wife don't work. I take care of everything. All she have to do is take care of the house and our kids. Listen, that's cool right there. That's cool. You know what I mean? You got the, you know, the necessary means for it, then that's all good right there. That's wonderful. You understand? But, you know, I know a lot of us, we don't want to put our children in daycare and all that other stuff. And, you know, we would rather, I would rather, you know, I would rather the wife, of course, do the same thing at the end of the day. That is a good thing to do, especially if the man, you know, has it. All right. Hey, TNT. Shout out to TNT. You said y'all cool with the lady paying for the tip, though. Hey, man, it's all good. You know what I mean? Husband and wife hey, if the lady want to take care of the tab and the tip, that's fine. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that, because I'm pretty sure some, women out there don't mind picking up the tab. They don't mind paying the tips. They don't mind paying that at all, which is fine. There was a program he spoke about when the kids was younger. You know what I mean? When the kids was younger. You know what I mean? I forgot what program that was. All right. Tanya Renee. I was talking to Henry Ross on that one. Tanya Renee says, question for the men. You says you provide for your children, but are you also looking out for discipline, health, spending time with your children and child? Yeah, we said we was gonna talk about a topic similar to that at another time. But you're right about that. Of course, if you provide for the house and all those other things, you still have to make time, that quality time, to look out for the discipline, look out for the health, and among other things. I do agree. I do agree with that for sure. You know what I mean? Don't, just because you're out there working, don't neglect your family. You know what I mean? For sure. G Swole says, but you can get in trouble for driving for Lyft or Uber and driving a truck, when I believe you are only allowed 8 hours of drive time. When you already know I'm a bus driver, but I also drive for Uber. Well, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? That's on different states. That's like another topic at hand, for sure. You got to remember, when you drive for Lyft and when you drive for Uber, that's like having your own business at the end of the day. If you are your own boss at Uber and Lyft, why you got to report these hours to the company that you're an employee at? This is your business right here. This is what you do. You know what I mean? Uber or Lyft or Uber Eats. So at the end of the day, if I do my Lyft thing or if I do my Uber thing, that's my business. You know what I mean? There's no way I'm reporting. I don't do Uber Eats. There's no way I'm reporting doing Uber Eats to this company over here. No way. I'm an employee over here. You know what I mean? And I'm doing business right here with my vehicle for Uber Eats. I ain't reporting nothing to you. You understand that? This is my business. I gotta file a different from the W-4 forms from you guys. You know what I mean? Unless you're gonna help me get some tax credit, at the end of the day, I'll let you know. But for the most part, nah. You know what I mean? I don't do that at the end of the day. I don't let them know nothing. You understand? Because there ain't nothing. Otherwise, I would have to let them know about YouTube, or if I'm training somebody out there, personal training, I would have to let them know everything. It's none of their business. Just like they don't tell me their business about their company, right? If I have a company or whatever I'm doing with Uber or Lyft, I ain't telling you nothing. You understand? All right? Because at the end of the day, it could be a conflict of interest. And a lot of people don't want to see you win. You understand? So if a person go around telling the company, listen, man, I work for Uber, Lyft, and XYZ, they could try their best to try to get you out of there because they're jealous of your hustle, your work grind, and things like that. You know what I mean? Listen, I don't talk to nobody about no business or no anything. I don't even talk about YouTube. So go in, do your work, and leave. That's it. That's all I was told at my job. You know what I mean? We don't have to report nothing. But for a company to want to know those things, then tell them to tell you some things about their company at the end of the day. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. But for the most part, we don't have to report those whatever we do. And if that's the case, that's on them. You know what I mean? It's none of their business. For sure. You know what I mean? Because I have to file separately from that company. You know what I mean? Unless they're going to help me out, they need to shut up. You understand? Because if they let you go, right, you got this on the side right here. You know what I mean? Your business, your Uber Eats, your Lyft, or if you're creating T-shirts and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? All right. Let's see where we at. Lance says, what's up, everyone? Waiting to take grandkids to our new temple in Florida. Wonderful. Shout out to the Florida temple out there, Truth of God, and whatnot. You know what I mean? I believe Minister Abraham Aviles is I think he do the Tallahassee temple, and I believe he was in Texas. And I want to let everybody know, I don't know if y'all seen the flyer, but Gino is going to be out there in Texas coming up. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all seen the flyer. Yeah, man. All right. Christopher Span, I got a couple more minutes because I'm going to end this real soon. So the link is out there for Christopher Span. Christopher Span, the link is out there. You know, we could chop it up a bit and then I can knock off. It's an early day. It's an early day. It's an early day. All right. Mercy Carr says, and if a lady at home, she can do work from the home that's good money as well to help her helpmate who's going to work from home. You know what? That's a good thing too. You know, a woman, if she works from home, you got a lot of people out there who's working from home. That's actually a good idea. You know what I mean? But some people say if they're working from home, it could be like more of a headache than going into the office and whatnot. What up to Christopher? Shout out to you, man. You on live, man.
Hey, greetings, brother Harvin. How are you?
All good, and you?
I'm well, man. Just laying back, man. Just relaxing, man. Looking at these comments, man. Um, that's a good topic, man, for the night. You know, um, I think scripture-wise, the man is supposed to provide and is supposed to work, and the woman is not supposed to carry the load for what the man is supposed to do. I think I've said this on few platforms that you know God has dealt with me on two sides of the coin where there's been times where I've provided and things are going good and then my wife had to step in, but and then there's been times where I had to understand that that is good, that I have that type of mindset. I didn't have the type of mindset where um, what my money is her money, and her money is her money. I didn't have that type of mindset. I really didn't. You know what I'm saying? But having a leader like Gino being able to break things down, you have a good appreciation of the scriptures and a good appreciation of the discipline that goes along with it. And God dealing with me and such a way, I have to say, I'm learning how not only to be the provider and the protector, and the disciplinarian, but I'm also learning how for my wife to be a helpmate. Um, because as men, it's hard for us, for us to even if we're not egotistical, but just letting your wife be in a helpmate. And, if she has a career or she has something good going on, you just want her to stay home and clean house, you know. But at the end of the day, you also have to be able to realize that if that woman's working or if she has a goal in mind, you need to respect that and also support her as well. I remember Gino saying something in one of his sermons where a lot of men get egotistical when their wives are better than that. They might be better at handling money, managing a business, and they just might be better at that than you are. That doesn't necessarily mean that you less of a man. That don't necessarily mean that you're not able to take care of the responsibilities concerning financial needs or things that need to be handled as far as the discipline or teaching your children or spending quality time. But that just means that, your spouse, has strengths that you don't have and is better at handling things than you are. So, you know, you know, know, looking at me, God is always dealing with me and, I'm always being put in check by the scriptures and being put in check by certain experiences, and this, being one of them. I saw a lot of marriages that I thought was really that I thought was supposed to be deemed as respectful and honorable, but I've come to find out that ain't true at all. So, I'm just really learning as a newbie, as a husband, how to have a helpmeet, how to also balance out the scriptures by not being a dictator and being a tyrant, because sometimes that may also take into play where you being the man and you having a responsibility. So you feel you may, not all men, but sometimes men could be put in that position where you get beside yourself and you think that you're going to control and dominate. But then God always has something where he puts you in check to let you know it's either his way, Bible way, and it ain't gonna be your way. So, I'm really learning, man, how to be like I said before on this platform, learning how to be a better man of God and a better husband, and not just be a dictator, but just really learning, how to be a well-rounded husband, and learn about this whole holy matrimony thing, because it's tough. It's not easy to be able to feel like um you could be vulnerable at any second or any moment, but your wife is there for a reason, and your wife is supposed to, sometimes you might have to pick up that slack. So, I'm still learning that. It's real difficult for me as a man, you know what I'm saying? But it's well needed. It's keeping me humble, you know, and I'm still learning, but, as far as the load goes, the man is supposed to carry the load. I honestly do believe that. The woman is not supposed to be stressed out, and you're supposed to be able to take on those responsibilities. And even if your woman, Gino said this as well, even if your wife make more money than you're supposed to be able to organize things and put a better perspective on things in the household, and be able to navigate and give your wife some type of direction, that's suitable and respectable and honorable according to the scriptures, and also just common sense as well. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I believe pertaining towards the scriptures. But it's like I said, I'm still learning. Tony, man, I'm still eating that humble pie, as I said before the last time I was on your platform. And so, that's what I'm going through right now.
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely appreciate that, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
All right.
You have a good night, brother Harvin.
You too, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. So G Swole, you says, do you think it's weird how a woman prefers to work when she has a man that's working, but then she complains about working? Hmm. Um, hmm. A complaining woman. I think we had a video up about a good wife, and Gino spoke about those type of women in general. You know what I mean, that's why a brother has to know what he getting himself into. You know what I mean? And with the stuff that Gino teaches, be careful who you marry. You know what I mean, so if he know that this woman is a complainer, if he know that this woman is ratchet, you know what I mean, and he still, take the initiative to marry her, and then that's the stuff he got to deal with. You know what I mean? If she took no effort to try to change at all, I mean, if she took no effort and she was ratchet, complaining, barbaric, although granted some people change during the course after a while. But even if she don't change and he still decided to marry that complaining woman, then that's what he got to deal with. You know what I mean? He got to deal with that. You know what I mean? There's no need to complain now. Excuse me, don't need to think it's weird now. You married her. And Jenna, what's up to Indoor Holiness? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Um, Rashida says, I think the man should provide for his family, but nowadays both individuals are working. So there should be excuse me. So should there be a discussion on where the money goes or how it's spent to avoid conflict? I agree with that. I agree. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a simple conversation about the rent or mortgage and certain bills like rent. Excuse me, not rent, but certain bills like the gas, light. Some people I pay water bills and whatnot, and I know that's another expense. Water. What else is out there? You got the internet bill. You got the phone bill. Excuse my battery died. My camera battery died. You know what I mean? You got different types of bills. You got food, you got clothes for the kids if you got kids. So I agree with that. Sit down, jot down, note down certain things each individual should pay for. Of course, what about a savings account? You know what I mean? What about that? What about that? What about saving money in general upon the family? All right. It's always good to discuss like finances, whatnot, because I know some people go through situations and based upon finances. All right, so we're gonna end this thing in a bit, but if you got any last closing remarks, feel free to leave it in the chat room, and we could talk about it a little bit, and we can knock it. We can knock off. Brandon says, can't argue with that. Bringing balance to the home when your wife has less stress outside the home. I'm sure both parties will be more happy when you said, excuse me, more happy. We have the wide shoulders and strength for a reason. Wonderful. All right. Isaiah, you said people get married too quick before they really get to know the person. I believe in certain situations, certain marriages like that could could last in general. All right, what's up to Endure and Holiness? Shout out to you, man. Thank you for coming on.
Peace and blessings, brother. Wonderful topic, wonderful thing that you're doing here. I'm just gonna answer the question: should a man be paying all the bills? I can just go based off of the teachings of Gino, and he said like even if your wife decides to go to work, her money is still her money, and your money is her money. So,
Uh-oh,
um,
uh-oh.
oh, right. I'm like, so, but when you got to look at it from a family aspect. So, if you don't want your kids to be out there going to a daycare, who's gonna stay home and take care of the children? A lot of people relying on daycares to raise the children. So, when it comes to bills, and I think they was talking about less stress on the wife, there'll be times that she might be financially better at balancing bills than you. And it doesn't mean that just because she's not paying the bills doesn't mean that she can't put the bills and saving plans together better than you. But should a man provide? Yes, if she decides not to work and you guys have children together, I believe the man should be paying 100%. And if she feels like helping out, if y'all have a family business or something like that, where like how Gino and his wife, they both have a real estate company together and they run things together, it wouldn't be more so the man is just doing all the work because I say a good wife, she builds up everything that you put your hands on. So she's also business minded. So um for the short point basis, if yes, if but if it comes to family construct and business, you won't really have to worry about doing everything alone because a good wife is going to help you multiply that money anyways. But
Cool,
yeah,
cool. Definitely agree with that, man. Appreciate that.
but I appreciate everything you're doing, Tony Harvin, and this is a hard one too. So you got to choose your wife right, because if she decides to leave and separate from you, guess what? You still have to provide for her and the
Ah,
children
ah.
after the separation. right? That's the hard part. All right, brother.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace.
All right. All right. Shout out to Indoor Holiness, man. You know what I mean? So we're gonna end this live early. Let me answer this question. Well, I'm not legally married at Donald. You says, do you take care of your wife and kids, or do your wife work and help pay the? I live alone, man. You must be new to the channel. I live alone in general. You know what I mean? But I do provide for my kids. You understand? And myself. So as I was stating earlier, right, about the responsibilities that I have, about me providing 100% in my place. Nobody helps me. I don't beg for anything. So I got the wisdom and knowledge right now to handle the responsibilities 100%. So when I get married, right, I won't have no issue. I would already know already because okay, I'm paying the rent, mortgage, whatever the case may be. I'm paying these bills, and now a family comes in, right? A woman comes in now, and it's no problem for me. But if she wants to work, if she wants to help out in general, okay, that's cool. You know, but if push come to shove, if I got to handle everything, listen, I got to do what I got to do to make it happen, because situations do happen. A woman could lose a job, right? And like somebody said earlier, I would have to step up to the plate. You know what I mean? Especially I'm having kids, and you know, if the woman got kids, I got to take on those kids as their minds. You know what I mean? And I got to provide for everybody, in general. I got to go out there and work some more lift. I got to do some more overtime driving trucks. You know what I mean? I would have to push back doing YouTube. I got to say, forget YouTube. I got to go get this overtime money. You know what I mean? Driving trucks. YouTube can wait. We got to go out there and see if we can get some more overtime hours at this truck driving job at the end of the day, if it came to that. So now I've been down before. You know what I mean? I know what it takes to get back up. So I wouldn't buckle because I already know, listen, honey, listen, we got this. We're going to take our time. Of course, we got to go into prayer at the end of the day, to receive and get provisions from the Lord. We got this without worrying. Now, a lazy man won't notice. A man on his mama couch all day don't notice. You know what I mean? They don't have this in them at all. So somebody mentioned earlier, a man should be on his own. I definitely agree with that. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? All right. He said, better choose right, or you're going to be a slave. Appreciate that. I thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to end this thing early. Usually I'll be on the stream, y'all, for 2 hours and whatnot. But I am sleepy, and I have to get some things situated. Lord willing, we'll be on tomorrow. I'm thinking of having maybe a biblical discussion. Maybe. I don't know yet. We'll see. I don't know. But a Friday biblical conversation, like we did yesterday, will be, pretty good and whatnot. So I hope everybody, soon at Donald, soon, and the people will know. You understand that? The people will definitely know for sure about that at Donald Cooper. You know what I mean? All right. What's up to peace at Tyre Renee? Peace. What's up to the great Mercy Call? He says blessings to you, brother Tony. Stay safe and bless and bless you and your family. And to all in the chat room, peace and blessings to you all. G-Swole, let me read this. You said my coworker asked, do you really believe a man should be on his own? Yes. He should learn what it's like paying rent or what it's like paying a mortgage. He should learn that. He should learn what it's like paying gas and electric bills. He should learn that. You know what I mean? He should have learned what it's like paying the internet bill. You know what I mean? Or what it's like having all that, paying rent, mortgage, the internet, gas, car note, car insurance. You know what I mean? And having kids expenses. He should learn that. You know what I mean? Or when it hit rock bottom. Now I ain't hoping bad for anybody. You should learn that. You know what I mean? He should definitely learn that for sure. You know? Somebody said, what G Swole? He said, what G Swole? Really? All right. Indoor wholeness. I see you. Appreciate that, Donald Cooper. Appreciate that. All right. I'm Tony Harvin. I'm signing off. I got to go. Lord willing, I'll see y'all tomorrow. We can have some more good old conversation and whatnot. This is very intellectual. I like topics like this. I do. But of course, we like the biblical conversations also. But we gotta have these topics like this. We gotta have topics like this aside of the biblical discussions and whatnot, because these topics like these are very intellectual, and it's a need to be talked about type of things in general. So Lord willing, I'll see y'all tomorrow. We have some more conversation in general. God bless everybody out there. I'm Tony Harvin. I'm signing off. Peace. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell.